What's going on, ladies and gents? My name's Dr. P. Welcome back to another video right here on the channel. I really appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new and you love daily Warzone content, as well as consider dropping a like if you like the video. So, as you guys know, Season 5 is officially out, and it's pretty interesting. I'm having a pretty good time playing, and there was one update in the patch notes that left a lot of people really confused because there's really no idea what it is until now. But anyway, the mobile broadcast stations were a new POI added to the map, and it says these POIs can be found in a variety of locations in Verdansk, differing from match to match, to keep one area from being signal boosted by the rewards they offer. See what they're all about by going closer to them, but be sure to keep your head and tune out for the broadcast each one emits. Something even more mysterious right below it is Redacted. Redacted has gone off grid, and reports suggest Redacted is doing Redacted in Verdansk. What? We do not know. This is an unauthorized Redacted that could jeopardize our Redacted in discovering and stopping Stitch. Obviously, that one is a part of the storyline, but it makes me wonder if the mobile broadcast stations are too. Now, the reason I say this and even bring this stuff up is because recently there have been some people hearing some of these audio messages around the map, whereas on the very first day of the new season, nobody really knew what the heck the patch notes were talking about. Now it's starting to make a little more sense. So I found these both over on Charlie Intel's Twitter. Basically, it's just some audio recordings of people in-game hearing some of these broadcasts themselves.
May I have your attention, please? The next train does not stop at this station. Please do not leave any
Enemy
location
soldier
unattended.
incoming.
Station security will be alerted. Now boarding trains with the following destinations.
Enemy UAV overhead.
May I have your attention, please? The next train does not stop at this station.
Huh, very interesting. For those of you who did not skip the cinematic cutscene when this season started the first time you loaded up the game, you might find this to be all strangely familiar. In the cutscene, a new character, Kitsune, who is a Japanese self-taught cybersecurity expert, is actively hacking some sort of broadcast to emit very strange sounds, which are probably the very same sounds that we're hearing inside of Warzone right now. Now, the interesting thing about these sounds is that it apparently makes people go crazy and turn against each other. So that's why inside of the patch notes it says to keep your head about you and to tune out the voices. So that's very interesting and definitely sort of lines up the correlation between what we saw in the patch notes and what we saw in the cutscene, as well as what we're hearing in the game. It's also almost a certainty that the voice that we're hearing being transmitted in Verdansk right now is that of Kitsune, who appears to be one of the most major characters of this season of Warzone and Black Ops Cold War. It's very interesting though, comparing what we heard in the trailer as far as the sound that makes the people go crazy versus what we're hearing in the game right now. The most dominant message that seems to be recurring the most is as follows. May I have your attention, please? The next train does not stop at this station. But it's interesting because the voice line also says something about boarding a train to the next destination, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but by far and away the most common one seems to be the next train does not stop at this station. If you listen to the trailer, the sound that made the people go crazy and turn on each other sounded a little bit different. Have a listen.
Bang, bang.
What the fuck?
As you can hear, the sound ended up just being a sequence of numbers, oddly familiar to the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? It was the numbers that made them go crazy. Something about the exact sequence or the way it was said, not really sure how that happened. It's obviously a fictional universe, so I'm not going to go dive too far down that realistic rabbit hole. But the sounds that are being transmitted in Warzone as of now just are not the same, so maybe over time they will develop into the numbers that drive people insane, and I wonder how any kind of dynamic like that would actually play in Warzone, because I mean, if they just literally like took over players and made them do weird things, I imagine that would not be good. People would not be pleased if their character just started getting possessed by these numbers. So how in the world are they going to make it fit, if they are at all? It's just a very interesting thing to think about. Something else that's interesting to think about is possibly the way that these broadcasts could be used for teasers for the new Call of Duty game, which we know they're already doing teasers in the game. That's evident if you watched my last video or you won a game of Warzone and you saw the new win animation that happens with the female Russian sniper at the very end who kills one of the last guys to go up into the victory helicopter, and then she reloads her weapon looking all smug. Remember last year when we had a nuke event in Warzone that transformed the map into the Cold War version of Warzone? Well, I would imagine something like that is gonna happen, and I don't know, like maybe this is the very, very beginning of a large buildup that will ultimately be the map changing transformation event that will be very similar to what we saw last year, but this time it's going to turn into a 1940s version of the map, and we'll get a World War II style theme to fit the new Call of Duty game coming out. Also, apparently these broadcasts are super, super rare as of now. I've been playing a decent bit of Warzone, and I haven't heard any of these sounds in-game myself, so if you have, please feel free to share them down below. And if they said anything different than what I showed in the video, please also let me know that, because I'm also always looking out for anything happening in the game. And of course, if something else was said, which I'm sure there will be some more lines added in the future, that could be pretty big for the storyline, which I would obviously like to cover. I think this kind of thing is really cool. You know, someone who comes from a bit of a Fortnite background, I really enjoyed the Fortnite events and the interactive ways they had of gaming with the community and connecting with everyone. So I really like this kind of thing, and I think this is ultimately something that any game can take notes from and do stuff like this, because when you get the community involved in conversations like this, that can only result in good things for your game, for your brand, whatever. So while you're playing in Warzone, make sure to just keep an ear out and let me know if you hear anything suspicious. Thank you so much for watching the video and for spending some of your day with me. I really, really appreciate it. If you're new, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more daily Warzone updates. And if you're feeling extra kind and generous, please drop a like below. Really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in my next video. And until then, guys, take it easy and peace.